Hi guys, welcome to another Isocalm daily tip for helping you to improve your health and well-being during times of isolation and uncertainty, and just bringing you overall calmness given our surroundings at the moment and everything going on. So a question I've been getting a lot about is meditation and, what are some useful tips for meditating. So it's a great question and something that I will endeavor to share with you today. So I'm just sitting down in my meditation spot. So look, there is always so many mixed messages with meditation that actually gets in the way of us from really being able to get the most out of it. And the biggest thing about that is that our expectations are wrong, or we have an expectation. The expectation is what gets in the way. So that's essentially the problem. There's also the aspect of meditation is basically just getting one stream of thought. So it is about concentrating on one thing so that your mind can filter into one stream. So it's, concentrating on the breath or a mantra or scanning in the body or a visualization. Like, we are just focusing on one thing and bringing the mind to a central focus. The thing is that everybody learns differently, and different styles and those specific things are easier for some people and harder for some people. It depends which particular thing you find is easier for you to get to a central focus. So the biggest, problem with meditation is that people get told, just do this, and it's not the best one for them. It doesn't work best for them, so they try and do it, and it's like frustrating because it's just, it's like, it depends on how you learn. Do you learn by listening? Do you learn by seeing? Or do you learn by doing? So it's really understanding that there are different styles of meditation and not all of them are going to suit you the best. So the idea is not just giving up if you do something like that, not for me. It's about understanding that it's a practice. It's not something that you attain, it's a practice. So you don't need to be good or bad. It is just doing it that helps. And two, you may try different ones and be like, oh, actually today seemed a little bit better, or I felt like I could concentrate a little bit better doing that style. So it's about understanding. Don't just give up if you feel like it just wasn't for you, because you might discover that doing it a different way, oh, hang on, like I was able to concentrate a bit better there. So understanding that it's a practice and there are different styles. So it is dependent on how you learn, that finding the right style for you. So that's a big part of what can actually put us off. Another thing that gets in the way is not actually being in a distraction-free environment. So we need to set up a space where we're not going to be in the back of our mind thinking someone's probably going to walk through that door, whether that be your flatmate or your child or your partner. We need to know that we are completely non-distracted and that we are not expecting a distraction. So that is so important because it will impact you on every level. If you're trying to meditate and part of you is like, oh, someone's going to disturb me. The next thing is being comfortable. And a lot of the time we think we have to be sitting cross-legged and doing all of this thing. But if that's not doable for you, then don't do it, because the whole time you're going to be thinking like, I'm uncomfortable. So doing what works for you. Start listening to your body and stop worrying about how I should be doing it. And remember, it's just about getting a central focus. And however you can do that the best, then follow that. Follow your intuition around it. So, like I said, there's different styles. So things you can focus on are your breath or sound. You can just sit there and listen to sound and the sounds around you. You can watch a candle flame, so with your eyes open. You don't always have to have your eyes closed. So your breath is the easiest one because everybody breathes. It's always there, and it grounds you very easily. So there are many different styles, and it, as a meditation teacher, it takes working with someone to help them to discover that and what works for them, and going through this in a much greater detail. But just understand that the different styles will be easier or harder for you. So know that it's a practice. It's something that you do every day or as often as possible, and it will get easier, but you're not attaining something. You might find some days, it's harder than others, and that's completely normal. It's like going to the gym. Some days you're like, oh, can't lift this today. You just, some days that's just what happens. So not determining it based on some perceived result. Like I said, it's expectations that often gets in the way. So just let go of that. Just let go of the expectation. The last thing I will say is be careful that you're not just adding it to the to-do list. It can be really easy to make meditation, check box. So that thing I've got to do, jump in, jump out, because you won't actually allow yourself to just switch off and do the practice. You'll just be like, I've done it. And it's a trap that you can fall into even if you've been meditating for years. So believe me when I say that you always have to be conscious around like your practice with it, and are you setting up that time and doing it and actually meditating, or are you just getting in, getting out? So I've done my 10 minutes, because that will have an impact as well. Anyway, I hope this has been really useful. I could go on about this for so much longer. So if you're wanting to learn how to meditate, or you want help with it, maybe it's worth just reaching out to me separately. But otherwise, I hope this has been useful, and please share this and like this and tag friends if you feel like they might benefit from this too. All right, guys, happy meditating, and have a great day.